Barely making it. All right. Here we go. Today we're going to take it a step further. Last week, you were solving equations where you had to do one step. Today, we are going to worry about two steps. A two-step equation contains two operations. Okay? A two-step equation contains two operations. So, right here, Ms. Hoff gives you your 1 and 2 steps. First, we have to get our variable alone. We will use addition or subtraction. The second step, we worry about the positive 1 coefficient, which will be multiplication or division. So every single time today, the first thing you're going to do is figure out if you have to add or subtract. The second thing you're going to do is figure out if you multiply or divide. Okay? All right, look at number 1. Draw your line through the equal sign. Take your pointer finger and cover up 2x. I need 2x to be all by itself. Somebody raise your hand and tell me what we need to get rid of. If I want 2x to be all alone, what do I need to get rid of, Courtney? Very good. The positive 3. What is the opposite of a positive 3, Jack? Negative 3. So we're first going to subtract 3 on both sides. Drag down your 2x. 7 minus 3 is 4. Okay. Now, the second step is we need to get rid of our coefficient. Right now, our coefficient is a positive 2, and they are multiplied because they're next to each other. How do I undo multiplication? I divide both sides by 2. Rejoice. 4 divided by 2 is 2. And now I'm done. All right, ready to try the next one? Ms. Hoff's OneNote is not working very well here. All right, go down to got it A. Draw your line through the equal sign. Don't shout anything. Wait for me to call on you. I'm going to cover up 3x. Okay, I'm covering up 3x. Brody, what do I need to get rid of? And what is the opposite of a positive 2? Very good. So I'm going to subtract 2 from both sides and draw the line. I'm going to drag down 3x. Sam, 20 minus 2 is 18. Nicely done. Addison, how am I going to get rid of this 3 that's in front of that x? I'm going to divide both sides by 3. Nicely done. Because 3 is right next to x, they're multiplying, so we have to divide. Petra, what do you think it is? It is. You are correct. 1x equals 6. Okay. Try B. Try B all on your own. I'll walk you through it. Don't answer out loud. Cover up your 2n. On your own. Don't say anything out loud. Think to yourself, what do I need to get rid of? How am I going to do that? Drag down what you have left. Guys, remember, double check your math on the calculator. Double check your math. Make sure you add or subtract correctly because that'll throw your whole problem off. What's your first step? tone. On your own. No voices. No. Leon, what is the very first thing you did? What is the very first thing you did? When I covered up that 2n, what did you see that you had to do? Very good. We had to subtract 5 from both sides. Now, here's where some of us are struggling. Put this in your calculator to double check. And don't change the signs. -1 minus 5 is -6. -1, and we subtract 5 more. On a number line, we're at -1. We move 5 more to the left. We're now at -6. Miss Marilyn, if I want to get rid of this 2, how am I going to do that? Very good. I'm going to divide both sides by 2. -6. Be careful here. Double check your answer on your calculator. -6 divided by a +2 is negative what? -3. Very good. Make sure your negative sign doesn't get sucked into your equal sign. Sometimes we start writing so fast, then Miss Hoff looks at it like, oh, is that a negative? Is that not a negative? Is there an equal sign? But for the most part, you guys have really good handwriting right now, which is awesome.
Yeah, that's not.
Okay. Okay, and then everybody's going to panic on number 2. Why are you going to panic?
Because it's a fraction.
It's a fraction, but we can still do the same thing. Okay, draw your line through your equal sign. Don't shout. I'm going to call on someone. Don't shout. If I cover up my 1/4 n, Keegan, what do I need to get rid of? And how do I get rid of a -3? Very good. The opposite of a -3 would be to add 3 to both sides. So we're going to write +3. So in your calculator, 25 plus 3 is 28. And then we drag down my 1/4 n. Okay. Now, you did this last week. I have a fraction coefficient. Raising your hand. Does anybody remember how I get rid of the fraction coefficient? Petro? Keep, change, flip. Nicely done. We multiply by the reciprocal, so I'm going to stick with you. When you flip that, what does it look like now? Very good. So I'm going to multiply by 4/1. So our 4's cancel, and I have 1n. Over here, I'm going to put 28/1. Now, Miss Hoff already knows I can't simplify this because there's 1's on the bottom. If they both are 1's on the bottom, you can't simplify. So we just multiply your top numbers. 4 times 28 is 112. 112. Now, some of you want to skip steps in here, and it's going to be so important that you show all of your work so that when you go to do this on your own, or tonight when you need help, or in enrichment, you have work to be able to see how you got what you did. Okay? Flip over your page. Go to Got It C. Actually, let's go to Got It D. We're going to skip C. We're going to go to D. Draw a line through the equal sign. I'm going to call on somebody here. So listen closely. If I cover up 2/5 R, if I cover up 2/5 R, Caitlin, I'm going to have to add 5 to get rid of my -5. Very good. 5's cancel. I drag down 2/5 R. Everyone, 7 plus 5 is 12. 7 plus 5 is 12. Now, when you have a fraction coefficient, we remember what Petro told us? Keep, change, flip. Bryce, what am I going to flip my number to? Very good. Whatever I do to one side, I have to do to the other side. 1r equals. Put 12 over 1. Now, uh-oh, this one's not a 1. That means we should try to see if we can get a 2 to go into one of these numbers. Does 2 go into 12 or 5? Yeah. 2 goes into 12 how many times? 6 times. What does that make my 2 then? It makes it a 1. Very good. Makes it a 1. So we got to cross off 12. Change it to a 6. Miss Hoff's pen quit here just a second. Maybe. Got to change her 12. Okay, pen doesn't like me today. To a 6. And your 2 to a 1. Then you got to multiply. What do you get when you multiply? 30 over 1, which really is 30. Wait a second here. All right, you told me 12 becomes a 6, 2 becomes a 1, right? 6 times 5 is 30, 1 times 1 is 1, which you guys told me really is just 30. Okay? All right, let's go to the next example. Number, is it 3? Okay. Draw your line down your equal sign. Cover up 3x.
We don't care about it,
right? We don't care about it right now. Rejoice, what do I need to get rid of? 6, and how do I do it? Don't answer for him. I'm asking you. How do I get rid of a positive 6? How do I get rid of what's the opposite of a positive 6? Negative what? Negative 6. Now here I have a question for you guys. How come we didn't use this negative with that 6? It's part of the 3. Perfect. That negative really belongs in the 3. 6 is positive because there's nothing in front of it. Okay, so we cross out our 6's. Now here's where you have to be careful, everyone. Be very, very careful. When you drag this down, what are you dragging down? Negative 3x. Don't lose that negative sign. As Tone just told us, that belongs to the 3, so don't lose him. 21 minus 6 is 15. 15. Ooh, we like when they're whole numbers, don't we? Not fractions. How do I get rid of this negative 3, Young-Hun? Nope. When the number is right next to the letter, what's happening right here? When they're right next to each other. Add, subtract, multiply, or divide. They are currently multiplied, so to get rid of it, I need to divide. So I'm going to divide by negative 3. Don't lose the negative. Don't lose the negative. So type it in. 15 divided by negative 3. 15 divided by negative 3 is negative 5. Negative 5. Okay, I want you to do F, but Miss Hoff made a mistake. I got too many equal signs in there. F, this is really supposed to be a plus sign here. Change that to a plus sign, and then you solve this problem. Exactly how we just did. Exactly how we just did. This should be a plus sign. Okay. No voices. Okay, let's go. Change that to a plus sign. Cover up negative 3x. How am I going to get rid of it? Okay, now if you write that on your test, you will not earn credit for work. You have to have work shown, guys. Work is more important to Miss Hoff than anything else. If I cover this up, what do I need to get rid of? Take this seriously. If I covered it up, I don't want you to get rid of it. I just covered this up. I need to get rid of what's not covered. How do I get rid of it?
I don't know. Plus 12. I mean, plus 19.
Zayden, if I cover up negative 3x, what do I need to get rid of? Nope, I need to get rid of the 2. And how do I get rid of that 2? Add or subtract? Subtract 2. When we're trying to, we never want to move the stuff that's by itself. If it's already by itself, we don't need to move it. So we're going to cancel out these 2's here. We're going to cancel out the plus 2 and the minus 2. Okay. Then we drag down negative 3x. Now on your calculator, everybody, negative 19 minus 2, negative 21. Negative 19 minus 2 is negative 21. Addison, what am I going to do next? Very good. I divide by negative 3 to both sides. My computer is not happy today. I divide by negative 3 on both sides. X ends up being positive or negative? Positive 7. My computer's not going to work now. Okay. A negative divided by a negative is a positive. Okay. All right, let's go down to got it H. If my pen works here. It's not going to. Yep, I don't have a pen that works right now, Jack. You gotta be patient with me. Okay. So you divide both sides. Yep, it's not gonna let me. You're gonna divide both sides by negative 3, and you get x equals 7. Let's go down to H. Miss Hoff has to do it up here on the board. Cassidy went to the movies with some of her friends. The tickets cost $6.50 each, and they spent $17.50 on snacks. The total amount paid was $63. Solve the equation. 63 equals 650p plus 1750 to determine how many people went to the movies. They wrote the equation for us. 63 equals 650p plus 1750. We need to solve it. So draw a line through the equal sign in that equation. Draw a line through that equal sign. Right in the middle of the equation, that's fine. For Joyce, I expect you to be taking notes like everybody else. Draw a line through the equal sign. My computer is not working, so you have to look up at the board here.
Yes, write the equation first, and then draw your line.
Here I go. I got it to work here. 650p plus 1750. Where did Miss Hoff get that? It's right in the problem. And I draw a line through the equal sign. Cover up 650p. Sarah, what do I need to do? Very good. Subtract 1750 from both sides. Nicely done.
What about that?
It's okay. Decimals are no worries. So I cross this side out. On your calculator, type 63 minus 1750. Sit on all four for me. I don't care if you use that desk. Just got to sit on all four of your chairs of your legs. Thank you. 63 minus 1750. Bryce? 45.5. I drag down my 650p. Sam, can you tell me what I do next?
You have to divide 1650.
Very good. Divide 650 on both sides. Make sure you subtract it over here. Make sure you subtract it. I think you added those two. Subtract, and that'll change that top number. When you take 45.5 divided by 650, what do you get? 7. How many people went to the movies? 7 people. Make sure you write off to the side 7 people. Make sure you write 7 people. The first step you're going to do today, every single time, is to add or subtract. Then you're going to multiply and divide. Okay? The next page starts your homework. Miss Hoff is feeling really generous. Cross off number 4. You do not have to do number 4. You do not have to do number 8. You do not have to do number 4. You do not have to do number 8. Yep. Okay. Now, you still have 20 minutes to work. Silently, you're going to work. We will be around to check your answers as you go. But you are expected to be working. This is due at the start of class tomorrow.